Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to create claims inside of IntakeQ or PracticeQ, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be for billers or providers who are billing for themselves after the client has been seen and the provider has locked their notes. The next step you'll do is you'll go to Lists, Claims, you'll go to Create Claims. Here you want to filter out a couple things. If you have more than one practitioner, you want to go ahead and select All, and you want to make sure that your billing type is only to insured clients only. You also want to make sure that your note status is filtered to locked. And from there, once you've hit search, all of your claims that are ready to be created will populate here. You'll go ahead and select the checkbox. Once you've selected the checkbox, you'll hit create claims. It'll then populate this window right here, and you want to go ahead and hit no, I'll do this later. That is because when you validate a claim, that means that you're absolutely certain that everything on that claim is correct. Since we want to go through all of our claims and make sure everything's correct on there, you're going to hit no, I'll do this later. All the claims that you created will then populate right here, and what you'll do is you'll go to claims list, and then you will filter all your claims to draft, so it will show only the claims that need to be validated. Once you do that, you're going to click on each individual claim and you're going to open it up and you're going to make sure that everything on here is correct. You're going to make sure that your patient information is correct, and you're going to want to make sure that there's an insurance payer here. So as you can see on here, there's no insurance payer or insured information. So from there, what you'll do is you'll close the claim, you'll open up their overview, you'll hit edit, and then you're going to go ahead and update their insurance for whatever insurance they have. For recording purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and do Aetna. And then you'll want to select relationship to policyholder. So if it's other than self, you're going to want to choose the other one, either spouse, child, or other. And then you're also going to want to make sure that the address and everything is in there correctly. So we're just going to do this as a sample. Okay, and then you're going to want to come down here, and then that's when you're going to go ahead and go like this, and then self again, and it'll populate that address for you. You're also going to want to make sure that you select gender in both, and then hit save. Once you do that, you're going to go back to lists, claims, draft, and it's going to populate that claim or all the claims that you were working on before. You'll open up that claim. You're going to come down here to actions on the insured box and hit populate with primary insurance. What that's going to do is it's going to populate what you just updated into the claim. Now up here it didn't populate it, so you're going to want to make sure to put the address and everything in the demographics up here, and then also the gender. Once you do this one time, going forward you should never have to do it again. From here, you're going to make sure that your billing provider information is correct and that you have diagnosis codes. If you do not see diagnosis codes here, you're going to, if you are not the provider, you're going to want to reach out to your provider and let them know that there are no diagnosis codes attached to the claim. And then the provider will go in and do an addendum or unlock and fix the note and then relock it, and they'll let you know that they've completed that. And then you have two options. You can either delete the claim and start fresh, or you can open up the note and then add the diagnosis codes onto this claim. For recording purposes, we're going to act as if we are the provider and we know what our diagnostic codes are. And of course, you're still going to want to update your note, but for recording purposes, I'm just going to show you how to add the diagnosis codes. So you're going to select whatever codes they are, and you'll add them, and you hit done selecting, and that will populate the diagnosis codes there. And then once you've done that, you're going to have to come down here to diagnosis codes, the little diagnosis code add button, and select that. And then whichever one is the primary diagnosis code you want to select first for both all the lines on the claim. And then because this is place of service 10 and we know that this dummy claim is Aetna, we want to put a modifier 95. Most commercial claims are going to go with a 1095 or a 295 depending on the place of service, but the modifier will be 95, with the exception of federal insurances. In my experience, federal is usually like Medicare likes place of service 2 and modifier GT, same with TRICARE. If you're unsure about the modifier for your state specified insurance, Google is a great tool for that. If you just Google telehealth modifier for XYZ insurance, you should be able to find the latest document from that insurance that lets you know how to bill telehealth claims. From here, you're going to want to make sure that you have the correct amount of units, the correct charge amounts. Of course, if a provider did the notes and locked the notes correctly, all this will auto-populate, so as a biller shouldn't have to worry about it unless there's missing units, and then you're going to want to email or message your provider and let them know that there's missing units and have them update their note. This right here is your rendering provider. And when you come down here, the facility address, if you have more than one facility, you're going to want to add facilities into your EMR. However, a lot of insurances, if your billing provider information is the same as your service facility, a lot of insurances either don't mind if it's there or not. I've had rejections come back stating that the insurance claimed there was duplicate information on the claim and they didn't want the service facility information on the claim. So if there's only one service facility, unless I've been told otherwise, I leave it blank. When you come down to the bottom of the claim, this is if you have like a workers' comp or some type of accident claim going on, you're going to mark it as employment, auto, or other accident. If you're using an outside lab for any testing, then you'll mark yes or no. The original reference number resubmission, this is where if you have to submit a corrected claim, this is where you're going to mark that. So you'd hit the drop down box, hit number 7 for replacement of prior claim, and then you'll put the original claim number from the insurance explanation of benefits or remittance advice into this box. Do not put this claim number, as this is just an internal claim number and insurance doesn't receive that. Once you start getting ERAs into your EMR, you can actually go over to activity and the claim number will be listed amongst the activity here. Prior authorization number, that's pretty self-explanatory. You want to put your prior authorization number in there if you have one. Of course, you're going to be accepting assignment. The only other information that I've utilized as in this claim section is the additional information box, and that's if you're submitting a corrected claim and you have number 7, or you want to put the reason or what you updated. Also in the original reference number, there is a number 8, which is avoid or cancel prior claim, which is if you accidentally submitted a claim that you didn't mean to. Of course, if you do have a accident, you want to put the date of injury or illness. If you're having to put dates patient unable to work, then you're going to put start in. Same with hospitalization dates. And then prior paid amount, you can, or if you want to, you can put the invoiced co-payment or co-insurance amount in there. That is everything that you need to look at the claim to make sure everything's populated correctly. The next step is you're going to hit validate. If there's anything missing in the claim, as you can see here, it will let you know. Validate is kind of a mini scrub that IntakeQ does on the claim to make sure just the basic necessary information is in the claim in order to go over to the clearinghouse. As you can see here, it says insured's date of birth is required and insured's gender is required. So if you come down here, you'll notice that this box right here didn't populate. None of these selected after we updated the information in the overview. So what you'll do, since we know that the patient relationship to insured is self, you'll just select self, and then it will auto-populate the date of birth and the gender. Going forward, because we've updated that overview, you should not have to worry about that. So now we'll go ahead and hit validate. Once the claim has been validated, it will show validated up here. You'll close it and you'll move on to the next one if you have more. Once you've checked all of your claims and you validated all of your claims, the next step is to come over here, remove the draft status and put validated. And then all the claims that you just went through and you validated will populate here. What you'll do next is you'll hit this box right here to check all of the claims that you validated. And then you'll go to bulk actions and you'll hit submit to clearinghouse. For recording purposes, I'm not going to submit to clearinghouse because I do not want to get a rejection because this is not a valid claim. But you'll hit submit to clearinghouse. You'll see a little icon up at the top here it'll be spinning here. And then when all of them have submitted, a little status thing will pop up right here and it'll tell you that all the claims have been submitted. Once you've submitted them, they will automatically change over to this submitted status, and it will show in the activity everything that's been done so far with the claim. So as the claim goes through the process, it will show submitted, and then it will show acknowledged by clearinghouse. It'll show processing. It'll show if it's paid, denied, rejected. It'll give you everything that you need for claim information will be within this activity. Once you start getting ERAs in, and you get denials or you get claims paid deductible or marked paid, there will be an additional box here that says remarks. If you click on that box, it will actually give you all of your remark codes, your adjustment codes, your patient responsibility codes, denial codes, all of that. And then in order to continue checking on statuses, you would drop this box down right here, and you can filter out all your claims by draft, submitted, rejected, denied, paid, and deductible. That's how you'll keep track of all your claims. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to SilverLeaf for help sessions. In the meantime, I wish you luck.